Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy again, Ray Lee, and the sports reporter without pay, here with the Sports Arena, live on Radio Row at Super Bowl 57. I have a special guest, former Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback Shaun, now the host of VSiN
Primetime. Yeah, 3 to 6 Pacific.
So talk to us about the transition from athletics to what you're doing now.
So it's interesting. Anytime you're a pro athlete, you never really prepare for the end of it because you never really know when it's not like you put 30 years on the job and you get your social security. You're like, I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in.
20 years,
right.
I'm done.
Like, it just happens. Sometimes it's due to injury, sometimes due to lack of performance, sometimes it's lack of opportunity. There's a lot of guys out there right now that could be in the NFL, just don't have the opportunity, for whatever reason. They still hustling. Hopefully they'll make it. But, I just got fortunate. 2 of the people that covered the Bucks, Jay Crawford, Sage Steele, thought that I could have a career in broadcasting. And so I went to New York to do Cold Pizza, which was filmed in New York at the time, out of the New Yorker Hotel.
That's old school.
This was Woody Page, and Skip Bayless, and we hit it off. And then they moved Cold Pizza to Bristol, rebranded it. It was called First Take. This was when the 2 Live Stews were on the piano. It was Rob Parker, it was myself, and we used to rotate Days versus Skip. So, kind of been in broadcasting ever since then, enjoying it. Went to coaching for 4 years. Was at University of South Florida. Actually had the Atlanta area as one of my recruiting areas, but I'm back in broadcasting, coaching a little much.
Okay, so obviously one of the main storylines of this particular Super Bowl is 2 African American quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Right? But you played during the time like in today's NFL. There's Lamar Jackson, there's Dak, there's Kyler Murray, Pat. But you played during a time where it wasn't as common. Can you speak to some of the hurdles you may have faced with the stigma and the tropes that are kind of attached to the black quarterback?
Well, when I came through, and I do think my draft class started this evolution. Now, I know there are guys, and I don't want to take anything away from Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, like any of those guys, because those guys were unique talents. But the type of black quarterback that's successful now, I think my draft class created this movement. That was Donovan McNabb, myself, Dante Culpepper, Akili Smith, Aaron Brooks.
I think that year it was 3 quarterbacks went top 3. Akili Smith was 2nd or 3rd that year.
And so that's kind of where that energy motion started. And now, instead of the NFL dictating the college is dictating to the NFL.
Yeah.
All that group that I talked about, we were all forced to go under center, have a fullback behind you, 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drop.
They wanted to make everybody play the pro style.
Absolutely. Now, these guys, shotgun, zone read, throwing the ball all around. Athleticism is an asset, not a liability like when we were there. So I'm happy for them. I'm glad they've taken advantage of it. Great to see this situation. I thought I was going to be a part of it. 1999, my Bucks NFC Championship game, the Bert Emanuel catch. Steve McNair had already gotten there, RIP Big Steve. So I'm happy for Jalen. I'm happy for Patrick. Hopefully they give us some great performances on Sunday.
It's funny, I asked Vic this question yesterday, right? Because he's part of that same wave.
Yep.
And he talked about y'all draft class. He talked about 99.
Right, that's my
giving
class.
Him the kind of, right? So is there a sense of pride now, right? Like, you see it and I helped pave the way.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes you proud, and it makes you even more proud that not only did they get the extra motivation to chase it, but they've taken it and ran with it. It made me feel good. I'm watching Eagles-Niners, and they put the graphic up, and they say youngest ever to do this was me. So I mean that's dope.
Nice.
Absolutely. So I'm just glad that these guys are excelling, and Vic and those guys, they came right after us, and they took what we did, and they took it to another level. And now these guys have come through, man, and the one thing that they're doing that we really had to struggle to do, they're getting to the bag. That's why I won't let nobody talk bad about Kyler Murray. None of that. Like, pay Lamar Jackson. It's a travesty that he hadn't already paid him.
They pay that man.
If you're going to pay, no offense to Dak Prescott, you got to pay Lamar Jackson, right?
Like, here somewhere,
right. I'm not knocking him getting paid.
But
I'm saying, like,
Lamar deserves it. That man's an MVP.
The Wire had the greatest quote ever. The price of the brick is the price of the brick. That's what the going rate for a starting quarterback is. Yeah. He's not only a starting quarterback, he's a former NFL MVP. Absolutely. So he deserves to be compensated at that level.
Okay. So, last thing. Who's winning and why?
I'm going with Mahomes. I just think the Chiefs are the more tested team. I think Philly is talented. I don't know what we really know about Philly. They kind of had a cakewalk path to get here. Now they're going up against something that's elite. So I think that experience, that level of talent, going to be a little too much.
You know, it's crazy. You talked about you being in an NFC Championship. The Chiefs are the epitome of, you know, in sports, it's like, oh, we'll be back. And you hear athletes say all the time, man, I
don't ever get there, right?
These boys every year, man, it's like AFC Championship. That's their basement.
You're right.
That's incredible.
Testament to Mahomes, and they did it this year without Tyreek. I hate they got rid of Tyreek, but you know they got here without him. So I mean, that just lets you know how elite Patrick is.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking
My
a couple
man.
minutes to talk
Blessings,
to me.
man.
Hey, man, tell the people where they can find your content.
Check us out. We're on YouTube television. You can download the app, VSIN. We're on from 3 to 6 Pacific. The show is called Prime Time. Hit me up on Twitter, @Real Shaun King. Hit me up on Instagram, @Coach Shaun King. Hey, they truth zones. Now, if you come on there with that foolishness, I'm going to tell you the truth, so don't get mad at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Rayland, Sports Reporter Without Pay, here on the Sports Arena,
I like
Shaun
that.
King.
Sports
We'll
Reporter
catch y'all
Without
next
Pay.
time.